Mabuhay everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel. For today's video, I'll be comparing the WOW 10 lows to the JB1. So let's find out which one is for you. Let's go! These two sneakers right in front of me are actually brothers because of course JB1, this is from Leaning, and of course the WOW 10 lows, which is made of Wade, and of course Dwayne Wade's brand, which is the subsidiary brand of Leaning, if I'm not mistaken, if I have the correct term. But both uses the same tech, and I think Leaning's their mother company. So let's find out which one is better and which one is for you. I actually am comparing the lows with the JB because both of them are low cut sneakers. I have the high cut sneakers, but it's fitting that I compare the two lows and at the same time their price are the same. Let's start off with the upper of these two sneakers. So these two sneakers have kind of different upper. This is because it depends on the colorway you are buying. So on my Valentine's Day colorway on the WOW 10 lows, it has this very soft mesh upper that is very comfortable around your skin. It's thin. It's like a jersey material that's relatively thin. When you're pressing it here, you can see how soft it is. It doesn't need that much breaking time. While on the JB ones, I have two pairs of JB ones and it has the same boom fiber that they are using. So it has this like weave texture to it. It's still soft, it's not fused, which is really nice. And what's nice about the boom fiber is even though it's soft, it is really strong. It's durable. When you're touching it, you can feel the structure of it, but at the same time it's not flimsy, it's not crunchy. It has a mesh feeling to it when you're touching it, but when you're looking at it closely, you can see like there's boom strands there, so like TPU strands on the upper, which makes the upper more durable compared to other mesh uppers. So in terms of durability, support, of course I would go more with the JB's boom fiber. So it really depends on the colorway that you'll be buying. So I can compare everything, but with this two, I would say JB1 has a more durable upper, especially around the toe area. So you can see the toe area of the WOW 10 lows. It has a very soft fusing material here, but not as hard as the ones on the JBs, which is made out of hard plastic. Goes around the toe box. So like I've said, more durable on the toe area for the JBs. While on the side panels, you can see the JB, it has this plastic piece here that gives you lateral support. Also with the WOW 10, it has this plastic piece that is a lot softer compared to the JBs, but still contains your foot really nicely. So I would say lateral support for both. They're very good. They both contain your feet really well. So I would say lateral support for both sneakers are really good. As for the lacing system, both have traditional lacing system, but the main difference is around the midfoot. The JB's has this carbon fiber midfoot strap here on both sides, lateral and medial side, while on the WOW 10 lows it has the forefoot straps here. Also the same with the JB1. So if you're very detailed on the fit, I would say the JB1, you can customize the fit a little bit better because it has a midfoot strap and a forefoot strap compared to the WOW 10 lows, which just has the forefoot strap. But based on experience, you just have to tighten them really properly and the fit will be really nice because the WOW 10 lows also has a very nice material. It conforms to your foot really nicely. So I would just say a slight advantage on the fit of the JB ones because you can customize it more. As for the heel, the height is just about the same, just below your ankle bone, and the cushion, it's a little bit thicker on the WOW 10 lows compared to the JBs, but both have very nice heel containment lockdown. Both have internal heel counters, but the JB's has an extra plastic piece here, while the Wow 10 lows just have a leather material here. So the JB ones had double containment lockdown feel to it. And I would say pretty much the same too in terms of heel containment lockdown. Both are very good in terms of heel containment and lockdown. The tongue for both is a little bit different. The 10 lows have more padding compared to the JB ones, which has a thinner tongue, and the padding is just on certain parts of the tongue, but not too mad about it. There's no discomfort on the tongue of the JB one. But in terms of comfort level, of course, the WOW 10 lows tongue will be a little bit better because it's fully padded. For the ventilation for both, I would say they're pretty much the same, very thin material. Your foot won't be too hot on both materials. Yeah. Air comes through the JB ones. While on the WOW 10 lows also the same, so I would say ventilation wise, both are okay. Now for the cushion of these two sneakers, of course, that's the main difference between these two. The JB's has a drop-in boom midsole, which is also full length, while on the WOW 10 lows, it has a full length boom cushion too. But the main difference on the implementation of the boom cushion is if you like more impact protection on the forefoot and heel, you would go with the JB ones. But if you want a little bit more bounce and it's kind of closer to the ground, the WOW 10 will be good because the bounce of the boom foam of the WOW 10 is really something to try. It's really bouncy compared, even if this is a drop-in insole midsole, the JB one's boom cushion is not as bouncy as the ones on the WOW 10s. But if you like more impact protection because the boom is thicker on the JBs, you would like the JBs a little bit more. But like I said, it's just a matter of preference. You won't go wrong with these two sneakers. It's just a matter of which one you like more or which one you would prioritize more. Impact protection, more bounciness, and court feel on the WOW 10s. Another major difference on both sneakers is of course the outsole. The WOW 10s has an external outsole, rubber outsole, while the JB one's outsole is made out of foam, but it's not made out of boom. It's made out of, I think, the ordinary Phylon EVA foam. So it really is kind of the same with the Currys. So both tractions are really nice. Clean court, dusty court, even on a moist floor, they're both pretty good. But of course, durability wise, the WOW 10s will be a little bit more durable because it's made out of real hard rubber, while the JB one is made out of foam, so wear and tear on the JB ones won't be as good as the ones on the WOW 10s. And if you are a fan of squeakiness, the WOW 10s will give you, but the JB ones is completely silent, but it grips really well. As for heel to toe transition, both have a very nice curve on the heel, forefoot curve too. Also in the JBs, very nice heel curve. You can see here, but it's a little bit higher on the JB, more aggressive heel curve. But both have very nice heel to toe transition when you're running up and down the floor. And of course, another reason with that flow, with that good flow, is of course the full length carbon fiber on both sneakers, which you can see on the bottom part of the outsole. There's windows there, and it really complements the boom cushion on both and also helps out in the heel to toe transition. Let's see. The carbon fiber on the JBs tends to be a little bit softer, while on the WOW 10s it's a little bit harder. So I think that's why the WOW 10s are really bouncy, because of the carbon fiber plate is really springy compared to the JB ones, which bends a little bit more compared to the WOW 10s. As for the pricing of both are $200 or around 11,000 pesos here in the Philippines. As for the weight on both sneakers, WOW 10 lows is 405 grams on a US 11, and the JBs on a US 10 and a half, it's heavier, 409. So the WOW 10s is a little bit lighter, and because it's US 11, it's 405. This is a US 10 and a half. It's 4 grams heavier. So I think if I get a US 11, it will become around 10 grams difference from both. So little difference, but this one is lighter. I think mainly because the boom cushion is thicker on the JBs, and it has this foam outsole which makes it heavier compared to the WOW10s. So just a little difference in terms of weight, but you won't feel the difference that much when you're wearing both sneakers. As for the sizing, like I've said, I went a half a size down on the JBs. I'm a regular footer, and choose a size on the WOW10s because on the toe area of the JBs, it is a little bit higher here, so there's more room for your foot. So 10 and a half fits me perfectly on the JBs, while on the WOW10 it's a little bit more slicker from the forefoot to the midfoot part of the sneaker. So that's why I'm good with the US 11, but I think 10 and a half I could fit, but it's very comfortable around the US 11 on the WOW10s. So that's it on my comparison video between the WOW10 lows and the JB1. Let me know which one you would choose, and have you tried them both? Let me know which one you like better. So this has been Markches once again. Thank you for dropping by. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.